and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. And welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Right, I thought I was all set up and ready to go, and I've messed up. There's a couple of things wrong today, and you'll notice when we start streaming, or when we start the run, one thing in particular that's wrong. Anyway, we're on our way in about a minute, just over a minute, and if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, hello. Thanks for joining us. That's one thing that's wrong that I'm just clearing up now. But also, there'll be no stats on screen. I've been messing with something and I haven't put it back. Jeff Partridge likes Victoria's hoodie. Nick Onslow says I'm ready to go. I think even pace, Jeff, will start off fairly straightforward. I think, and just keep it. What do you think? Or we could do a progression actually, but I haven't done any maths. I haven't done the maths for the progression. Right, so I think we need to go at, if we're going to do 1:45, it's about 5 minutes per kilometre. So we can do the first kilometre fairly easy. Right, so anybody who's following me, I'm going to go for a 1:45. Let's do a progression. So I'm going to go 11 kilometers an hour to start. So it's only a slight progression, and I'll work it out as we go. Well, at least I'll try and work it out as we go. Right, I've sorted out the stats on screen. I've sorted out chat. Tom Bunt says no bringing on chocolate after this. No, I haven't had any chocolate today. Anthony Lester, thanks for the ride on.
Right on!
So we're doing a half marathon, and we're going for 1 hour 45 minutes. We're going to do a slight progression. So starting out comfortable, and then speeding up as we go. So at the moment I am going at 11 kilometers per hour. I'll put that on the screen actually, let everybody know what I'm doing. Thanks for all the ride-ons dropping, guys.
Right on!
This says 1 hour 28 minutes we finish. That can't be right. Oh, that's because he set it for 1.5 hours, hasn't he? So in 1.5 hours, the meetup will end. So we have to keep on running for 15 minutes after that. Carl Watts, I might do the marathon next Sunday. Yes, I might. Yeah, and we've got the swing ball going on in the garden. Ryan's noticed that. So it looks like I've got Marcus Holmes, Ollie Mellamster, Paul Deering with me, John McManus, and there's a few people doing a 2-hour run. But all the people in green, listed in green, they're part of the event. And Carl Watts, Nick Onslow saying what course we went. We're on the London course, so we're running through London. So when we get to 1 kilometre in, We're going to bump it up by 0.1. And we'll bump it up by 0.1 every kilometre. And then we might have to bump it up by a couple actually at some point. But if we bump it up by 0.1 for every kilometre, then we should just about make 1:45. Oh, Ryan, honestly, the math has already got to me. I think, right, look, if we're starting off at 11, and the pace that we need to go at for the whole thing is 12, if we finish on 13.1, then that's 21 kilometres, increasing 0.1 every kilometre should bring us in at an average of 12 kilometres per hour, which should be 1:45. Is that right? I think that's right, isn't it? Anybody else want to work that out? If anybody can do the maths and let us know, but that's my plan. Oh, and so we should be at 1.1. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Ryan. It should be just under 1:45, yeah. Because we've got an extra kilometre to play with, haven't we? So, fingers crossed. Right, so Ryan Perring is doing the maths for us. So we're working out that we need an average pace of 12.1 then. Is that right? Okay. Well, just about, yeah, that'll get us in under. But the last 15 minutes of this, we won't be in the meetup because the meetup is only an hour and a half long. Okay, just passing on a message for Darren, because Darren's ZCA is not working. So Darren wants to make sure everyone doing 1:30 stick with Darren, because he's got it all planned out. Right. Thank you. Let's add a target. Let's go up to 0.2 now. 11.2 now. Kilometers per hour. And now let's get up to... Oh, no, that's not what we want. Currently 11.2 kilometers per hour. So 0.1 of a kilometre increase every kilometre. See where we are at halfway, and we will push it up if we need to towards the end of the run. So Paul Deering, Jeff Partridge, Tyler, all with me, Ollie Mellemster, all with me doing the 1 hour 45. And John McManus is a little bit behind as well. It looks like he's doing 1:45. He's going about the same pace. But there is a group behind doing 2 hours. Sarah Jacobson, yes, I think so. Sarah's saying, am I going to do the marathon in a couple of weeks? I think I will, but I don't think I'll be blasting it out. We'll see how we feel. I'm hoping, if this one is a comfortable run, I'm hoping this will be comfortable. If it's not comfortable, then I won't be able to do a quick one in a couple of weeks, a quick marathon in a couple of weeks. If this is very comfortable, then I might feel like we could go for a sub 3:30 marathon in a couple of weeks. We'll see. If you can see the yellow beacon, that's how far ahead Darren is already. And Adam Holland says, nice. So the only problem with going progressive is that we're just going to go faster and faster for the whole run, and we'll end up at about 13 kilometers per hour. When if we did a steady pace all the way through, we'd end up at 12 kilometers per hour. But at least it gives us a nice, comfortable first half, and then a horrendous second half. Adam Holland, I can't remember what time the marathon is, but it is online. I think it is on the ZCA, so you can check it out. Ryan Perring says 3 hours 30 minutes is a breeze for a man of your calibre. Laced with sarcasm. Sometimes it's a breeze. 3:30 is sometimes fairly easy, but it really, I mean, you know, fitness fluctuates, and marathon fitness definitely fluctuates. So the family is enjoying the sunshine, and I'm in the shed doing a half marathon. So we're coming up to a next increase to 11.3 kilometers per hour. Victoria. Would you be able to get a battery charger and a cable for my phone, please? There's a battery on my bedside table and the cable there. Yeah, you're right, Ryan. 12 kilometers per hour, and just keep it going. It's a bit more obvious who's properly racing. Sometimes, I think so, you need to tap it sometimes. Tap, like hit it. Maybe it's not charged. Tell you what you could do then. Yeah. Or, yeah, I tell you what you could. I did mean to charge my phone, just, you know, kind of forgot.
could do is just plug it into a USB thing. What you can do is plug it into a spare USB there. Just don't turn anything off. There should be a spare USB hole. Just be very, very careful. Stick it up there. Just to check that it's charging, yeah? Right, 11.4 now. Oh, my heart rate's gone. Why is my heart rate gone? I bet Victoria's take... Oh, no. Right. It needs to come out. Too much power being drawn. Paul Deering has said swing ball has just gone into a third set tie break in the background. So yeah, so Paul Deering is listening. I think Jeff Partridge is listening. Ollie usually listens. So I'm having a bit of trouble with my phone because it's about to die. So I'm trying to charge it. Anyway, we're currently going at 11.4 kilometers per hour. Yeah, I think so. I hope so. You can just pull that in a bit. Yeah, it's charging. Thank you. Yeah, I need to get my heart rate back on there. Yeah. Well, actually, no, I should be all right. No, I'm all right. Oh no, don't crash on me. No, don't crash. No, oh good. Well, no, it seems to be... Oh dear, this is not good. Vic, can you do me another favour? Can you come in here? No, Victoria can do it, please. The USB stick that's sticking out, can you press the blue button on off again? Yes, off. No, just leave it and then press it on again. That's alright, you don't need to, yeah. Thank you. I hope I'm still running in the background of this, but my heart rate is not pairing. I'm trying to get it to pair. It's not pairing. Have I gone miles? I've dropped miles behind the other guys now. So I'm having some tech issues, guys. So I will catch you up, don't worry about it. Strava data, his heart has stopped. Yeah, I need to get this heart rate working. It was my fault for suggesting you plug it in there. Come on, heart rate. I don't think so. Oh, that is so annoying. Come on, heart rate. Doesn't want to pair. I'll catch you up, guys, promise. Right, let's go out of there. Let's go back in. Try again. take the USB thing out and put it back in again, please. Oh, and also turn the power off on the empty one. No, that one. Yeah, just press it in and out quickly. That's fine. Now plug. No, not that one. Oh, is that empty? Okay, then yeah. Right, plug it in. Well, it doesn't matter, I don't think. Actually, bring it out here and just hold it by my watch. There it is, got it. Right. Okay. Right, now I need to speed up and catch everybody up. No, Ryan, I'm not going at 20 kilometres an hour for a bit. I'll go at 13 for a bit. Vidar's been out skiing. It's a bit different to here. It seems like I've got the ride-on bug. I'm not getting any ride-ons, which is a shame. Thanks for all the ride-ons if you are giving them.
Ride on!
No.
Ride on!
Nobody said that ever, Jonathan. I don't remember anybody ever saying that. I did pair my heart rate monitor, Jonathan, before. But then we were plugging my phone in to charge and it managed to draw too much USB power and it stopped the USB stick from receiving my heart rate signal. That's what's going on. Right, 5 kilometers done. I'm hoping I get a badge today for being unemployed and running 14 days in a row on Zwift. Somebody told me that it's 5 kilometers minimum. Well, I've done 5 kilometers every day for 14 days, so I don't know whether I'll get a badge or not. So an hour to go for the boys who are doing an hour and a half. And we've got an hour and 15 minutes left. I am gradually catching up with the other guys. Tom Sunder says, this is strangely amusing to watch. Have you never worked that out before, Tom? The only reason people watch my streams is for the amusement factor of me messing everything up. Andrew Cutmore's going out into real life for a 10k. Have a good one, Andy.
Nice!
Nick, when rejoining, you need to look at the screen where it says run with, and you need to click on my name and it'll say run with Stephen, and then you should join us. Right, I don't know how far ahead the other lot are. Sarah Jacobson says, at least you're self-aware. Oh yeah. Right, I can see Marcus Holmes. They're about 30 odd seconds ahead. And yeah, only 16 kilometres left, says Kyle Watts. So 10 miles to go. We've done 3. Well, we've done 3.5 now. No, that's the third group. The third group are doing 2 hours. It developed into 3 groups last night. So Darren is leading the 1.5 hour group. I'm leading the 2 hour group. No, I'm leading the 1:45 group. And then Steph is leading the 2 hour group. So the 2 hour group is the group I've just passed. I'm catching up to Marcus Holmes and John McManus, and they're in my group. They're about 30 or 40 seconds ahead. I don't want to go too fast to catch them up because I don't want to tire myself out in these last 10 miles. So we'll just keep it sensible. Actually, I think Abby Hall is leading the 2 hour group. I'm not sure. Come on, Thomas from Wales. Jonathan has also spotted the swing ball going on outside. So John McManus is 15 seconds ahead. Slowly catching them up. Not going to go too crazy. It'll be nice also when I get to them, I'll be able to slow down by a whole heap. So there's my speed at the moment, matching the speed on Zwift, the treadmill. Come on, John. It's so easy to get set up with Zwift running. Here's what you need. Firstly, access to a treadmill. It could be at home or at the gym, but any treadmill will work with Zwift. To get you moving in game, we need a speed source. Traditionally, we use a foot pod, like the Zwift pod or the Stride, but you can also use the Run Smart treadmill sensor, your Apple Watch, one of the newer Garmin watches, the TSS app, and if you have a smart treadmill, your treadmill will connect directly to Zwift without the need for another device. Now simply download the Zwift app onto a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. Finally, pair your speed source in the app. Pairing heart rate from your watch or a chest strap is also a great addition to Zwift. And that's it. You're all set up for solo runs, solo or group workouts, challenges and real-time racing on Zwift with people from all over the world. Yeah, okay. But make sure it says Darren's group as well, just to be sure. Froome Ryan, every time I think. Thanks. I think, right, can you type my group 11.8 now? 11.8 now. Yeah, thank you. So Marcus is a couple of seconds up, but the rest of the group are still about 40 seconds ahead, so it's going to take me another couple of kilometres to catch them. Yes, Marcus, 11.8 at the moment now. That's where we should be. Thank you. So Marcus is going to try and catch up. Right, an hour to go for my group. 1 hour's running left. Paul Deering is 28 seconds ahead. Ollie is 35 seconds ahead. Thank you. Oh, right, yeah, sorry. I forgot about that. I haven't put the microphone on there, have I? I'm all right. Maybe when I get to 10k or something, I'll have a little go. Well, I'm glad to be able to see Ollie and Paul up ahead now. So should catch them in the next kilometre, and then I can slow down a tiny bit. Right. Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah, but I've lost my chat now. Just get rid of Siri somehow. Swipe up? Yeah, thanks. Oh, that's a big group. What flag is that? Acosta, Mansour, Zapata. Is that a South American flag? I think it is, isn't it? Right, we've got Jeff Partridge 11 seconds ahead and Ollie 6 seconds ahead. So I'll sit somewhere between those guys. And then I can slow down. It's a shame looking at my kilometre splits on the left-hand side that it's not going to be a really lovely, nice, sliding progression, because I've got that horrible 7 minutes and 2 seconds kilometre at 5 kilometres, spoiling the whole thing, and then of course 4 kilometres solid at 13. Aaron Nolan says he's definitely enjoying this channel. Jonathan, family activity shot. Stephen running. Victoria on the trampoline. Kids on the swing ball. It's Elsa on the trampoline. Yeah, maybe he's saying that you should go on the trampoline. Yes, Jonathan, Victoria's tech support. Right. I'm slowing down to 12 kilometers per hour now. Not charging. Well, it's because I haven't put it on properly. I can't put it on properly. It's fine, just put it on properly and it'll charge. What's 55 and 52? 107. And we need to do it in 105 minutes. Okay, so we need to make up that time on this second half. James Simpson says, how do you broadcast your Zwift to video? I'm not entirely sure what you mean by the question, James. But, I mean, this is just streaming, so I've got one computer running Zwift. You know, you could make that any computer game you like. Fortnite, PUBG, whatever you want. Roblox, nothing else. Minecraft. So I've got the game running on a PC, and then I've got an HDMI capture card which imports the game into my broadcast software on a different computer. So I use a software called vMix, but the one that most people use is called OBS. That's very popular free broadcast software. And you just bring your game in and then you overlay graphics or webcams on the top of it, and away you go. Thanks for subscribing, Cedric. Henrik George, hello, buddy.
Right on.
And yes, and all the ride-ons I'm getting that I'm not seeing, I've got the ride-on bug, so I can't see any ride-ons, but thank you very much, guys.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
So a nice big block of green there. At least 4 of us running dead together. And we've got Marcus Holmes just up ahead. Tyler just up ahead as well. 5 of us running together now. It depends how many bikes there are in between us, doesn't it? And Andrew Hurst is 30 seconds behind. Tim Gross is saying, when did I last run outside? Gran Canaria. I think the day before we left in Gran Canaria, I ran outside. Haven't run outside since. Oh no, hang on. Did we do a run together, you and I? can't remember. It's at least 3 weeks ago, Tim. And Ryan Perring says I've got 109 ride-ons. Thank you guys, much appreciated.
Ride on!
Okay, Worthing Park Run, Saturday, March the 14th, was the last time I ran outside. And the last time Victoria ran outside. Right, up to 12.1 now. Right, we need to finish in 48 minutes. So we've definitely got some catching up to do in these final 10k, but we should do it.
Ride on!
Heart rate is nice and comfortable at halfway. Well, we're over halfway now. 150 BPM, staying in zone 3, so ideally I'd like to stay in zone 3 for the whole thing. Might get up to zone 4 by the end, but I want to feel comfortable so that if I do the marathon in 2 weeks, I might go for a bit of a faster time. Only half an hour left now for the sub 130 group, so they need to be getting into their last 5 kilometres now. 4 kilometres, 6 kilometres, so I should say. Camera's not doing very well, is it? There we are, that's a bit better. Seems like it couldn't focus in. So, crossing the bridge, Houses of Parliament there in the distance. I wonder if we're going up Box Hill. That'd be nice. 45 minutes left. So we've got to make up 2.5 minutes of time. done it now, but... So we're up to 12.2. I've just gone a bit early, but yeah, 12.2 kilometers per hour with 9 kilometers to go. Keeping the heart rate nice and low, 149 BPM, zone 3. Gradual build up for the next 9k, 0.1 of a kilometer per hour every kilometre, and in the last 2k we'll be able to work out whether we're going to make it or not, and whether we need to blast out the last 2 kilometres. Victoria's not been very well, Vidar, so she hasn't run for a little while, but she did run yesterday. So she'll get back into it as she starts to feel better. Well, she is better, but you know, gently does it, as it were. So through the tube tunnel, which is the sneaky way to get to the Surrey Hills. And when we get to the Surrey Hills, we will be climbing up Box Hill or Fox Hill, depending on which direction we go. Yeah, fingers crossed, Ryan. I mean, if it gets to it, we'll just speed up in the last 2k. I'm sure we can make the time up. Kyle Watt says, any news on Hard Rock 12-kilometre run route? Yes and no. So we had our regular meeting with Zwift HQ on Tuesday, and we did ask about the Hard Rock route, and nobody has a clue. So not even Zwift HQ. I'm sure somebody in the programming department knows, but the run team that we speak to in a meeting every 2 weeks had no clue. Sean has seen the posts about the Hard Rock route, and he's been trying to find out about it, and he's as clueless as the rest of us are, so I don't think anybody knows what this Hard Rock route is. Right, looks like we're going to Leith Hill. So Ollie and Jeff are just getting away from us a bit, so just going to try and pull them back in a bit. And we're slowly clawing back the time. The thing is, it's still early, so we shouldn't panic at this stage. We've got over 2 minutes to make up from the first half. But we will make that up, and we shouldn't overstretch ourselves. We should just trust in the maths, trust in the pace that we're going to get to, that we will make up those 2 minutes. Okay. Kyle, you could be right, I suppose. Thanks. Well done, Abby. Keep it going.
It's so easy to get set up with Zwift running. Here's what you need. Firstly, access to a treadmill. It could be at home or at the gym, but any treadmill will work with Zwift. To get you moving in game, we need a speed source. Traditionally, we use a foot pod, like the Zwift pod or the Stride, but you can also use the Run Smart treadmill sensor, your Apple Watch, one of the newer Garmin watches, the TSS app, and if you have a smart treadmill, your treadmill will connect directly to Zwift without the need for another device. Now simply download the Zwift app onto a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. Finally, pair your speed source in the app. Pairing heart rate from your watch or a chest strap is also a great addition to Zwift. And that's it. You're all set up for solo runs, solo or group workouts, challenges and real-time racing on Zwift with people from all over the world.
Yeah,
I'm toast.
says Jeff Partridge. So Jeff, just ease it up a bit, relax. Take it easy and just bring it home. Yeah, don't push it for 1:45. Just take it nice and slow. Just get to the end. Doesn't matter what time. So group 1 with Darren Bandit, they are through 16.5 kilometres. and they have 18 and a half minutes to get in. So Ryan Perring says Darren's group are on their super pace boost now. They are now running at 16 kilometres an hour, and their group has become a bit spread out apparently. We are doing pretty well. Paul Deering, Ollie Mellemster, is it Steve Tyler, I think, possibly? And Jeff Partridge is just a bit behind now. And Marcus, I don't know where Marcus has gone. Is Marcus up ahead? Has he pushed on? But we're doing all right. We're all nice and comfortable. At least I think we are. Let's see if people have got heart rate on. So here's Ollie. Yeah, he's nice and comfortable. Zone 3. 154 BPM for him. Paul Deering working a bit harder, although actually, having said that, it says he's in zone 4, but actually his heart rate is 154, so he could also be quite comfortable. He might just have set his heart rate paces incorrectly. Tyler is on 167 BPM. He's working a bit harder, but again he may have set his paces, his max heart rate incorrectly, because he's in zone 3. So I'm not sure whether his zones are correct. I would say he's working a bit harder. Let's have a look at Jeff Partridge. Jeff Partridge 164 BPM. Yeah, I'd say he's working harder. Oh no! So Nick Onslow has just caught us up, and then his drive belt has snapped on his treadmill. That's a disaster, Nick. I'm so sorry. So we are slowly catching up. We've got half an hour to run. We've got to make up 1 minute 40 seconds. So we're doing that, we should be fine. We've got just over 6 kilometres left to run. Just think, my group, half an hour from now we'll be finished. Only half an hour left of running. Isn't that a nice thought?
Right on!
Marcus Holmes is still there. He's a minute ahead. So maybe Marcus did panic about the time. He went a little far ahead. Okay, 12.5. Well, it's less than half an hour now, Paul. 29 minutes now. 28 and a half minutes. No, I think he just does about 100 miles every week in training. Don't know, can't remember. So, keeping the heart rate nice and steady, 149 BPM still. Yeah, we're catching up the pace pretty well now, Ryan. I think we'll be all right. I'm glad to hear it, Nick. Nick is telling us he's done his 100-mile training week, but he's just making sure we know that it wasn't all on the treadmill. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on YouTube says great job. Cheers, buddy.
Right on. Nice.
So Paul Deering, Ollie Mellemser and myself all together. Marcus Holmes is just a bit ahead. Steve Tyler and Jeff Partridge just falling behind a little bit. So we've done 10 miles. We've got 3.1 miles to go. Yeah. Sorry? No, I'm okay actually. I think. Enjoy, Ryan. See you. Take care. Have a good ride. You can't bonk on a half marathon, Ryan. So heart rate's still nice and comfortable, 151 BPM. Steps per minute, around about 180, just over 180. Which is good. Haven't spent any time in zone 4 yet. So that's excellent. So the group 1 with Darren, they'll be almost into their final kilometre now. If you look to the bottom left of the screen, you'll see a bunch of averages. or like best kilometre, best 5k, best 10k, what we're looking at is the average pace. So to do a 1:45 half marathon, you need an average pace of just under 5 minutes per kilometre. Now we're currently running 5 minutes 2 average pace, 5 minutes 2 per kilometre average pace. And we're gradually whittling that down. And I'm hoping in the next 3 kilometres, we can get under that magic 5 minutes per kilometre, and we'll hit our goal of a sub 1:45 half marathon.
Nice.
So we're coming to the end of the meetup. Just need to keep running because the meetup was set up for a 1.5 hour group. Before we thought about doing 1:45 and 2 hours. Or maybe it'd be something like that, yeah. Hang on. So my average pace has gone down to 5:01. well done to Darren's group. I hope you all got through in 1.5 hours. And the 2-hour group, keep going 2 hours. Doing really well. Thanks Steph and or Abby for leading that group. And my group, we have about 13.5 minutes to go. And we've got 2.5 kilometers left, just over. Sorry? (1:27:45). Well done. Well done, Darren. 1:27:45. Good running, Group 1. So I'm really pleased that my heart rate has stayed comfortable in zone 3 around about 150 BPM, just a bit above. So that makes me think maybe I could go a bit faster for the marathon. Well, not faster, but you know, the same pace but for twice the distance. We'll see. So average pace, 5 minutes per kilometre. Just over 2k to go. Oh no, I am in zone 4 now, look at that, that's annoying. No, we're doing a half marathon. So we've got 2 kilometres to go. And 10 minutes to do it in. Thanks, Darren.
Nice.
Don't forget to subscribe to that Zwift Live YouTube channel. It's where we broadcast all the Zwift running that happens on Zwift. Well, not all of it, but you know, a good chunk of it. Nice and easy does it. 9 minutes, nearly 8 minutes to go. Just over 1.5 kilometers left. Darren, we are at 19.5 kilometres, 1:37.5, so we should do it. We're going at 13 kilometres now. I might speed up for the last kilometre just to make sure. I don't know about Group C, the 2-hour group. Type that in if you want, Victoria. No, on Zwift messages, on the messaging. Um, 1K, 1.5K, 1:38. Us. Marcus Holmes, Paul Deering, Ollie Mellenster and me. That's alright. So we've got 5 minutes to go. But remember, a half marathon is 21.1 kilometres, so we do need to just make sure meters to go now. 3 minutes to do it. Well, 2.5. Meters left. Minute and a half. And that's it, we've done it. 1:44:25-ish.
I'm toast.
Well done, everybody. Thanks, Marcus. Well done, buddy.
Nice.
So I am very pleased that my average heart rate stayed relatively low there. So we did 72 minutes in zone 3, only 6 at the end in zone 4 when we pushed it a bit harder. And I'm glad we did, because it was a little bit tight getting in to 21.1 in 1:45, but we did it. And I'm sure that Ollie and Marcus and Paul Deering all got in as well. And I know Jeff will finish, and he'll come up behind us in a couple of minutes' time. And Tyler as well should be there. So well done to them. Well done to Group 1, who did 1.5 hours. Awesome work from them. And about 14 minutes to go for the 2-hour group, who will be coming home very soon. Well done to them as well. Marcus, same here, yeah. That was needed. Right, if you've watched this from the very beginning, well done to you. Thank you for sticking with us. If you've dipped in and out, thank you very much as well. I couldn't see any ride-ons. Obviously, I've had the ride-on bug, which is a well-known little bug that we get from time to time. I can just see Jeff Partridge and Steve Tyler coming into the finish. Well done to you guys. And we'll be back tomorrow, live on Zwift Live and the Film My Run Facebook page for Monday Run Club, as we always do. It'll be 7:30 UK time. I'm going to go lie in the sunshine now because it's a gorgeous day outside here. My throat is swollen up because I've just drunk too much lemon juice. Well, lemon squash, but it's still. You know how it makes you. Lemon makes your mouth go all funny. I've just drunk a bit too much of it, and the back of my throat's kind of collapsing in on itself. Right. Well done, Jeff. Just give Jeff a well done. I think it's Steve Tyler, but I'm not entirely sure. Right, Marcus Holmes says, what is lemon squash? What do they call it in Australia or America? Lemon cordial? Lemon cordial? You know that you dilute it with water. We call it squash over here because the fruit has been squashed into a concentrate. I guess that's why. Yeah, so anyway, just drunk a whole load of that. Right, that's it for us. We are off. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks to Darren for organising that. Enjoyed that. Hopefully, I'll feel fit enough to do the marathon in 2 weeks. The Zwift organised official marathon. What? I haven't seen. What's from Aerosmith? Oh, Steve Tyler. Yeah, the actual Steve Tyler from Aerosmith. Right. See you tomorrow for Monday Run Club. And thanks very much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Well done to everybody. Bye, bye.